Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Venetian Scenery by rockratzero. So this is a Sudoku pencil puzzle hybrid. We haven't done one of those in a while, but I am told it is quite approachable. So do give it a try. Let's understand the rules here. So we do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Now we're going to be shading some cells. I'm going to use gray as our shaded, and we're going to mark any unshaded cells as green. That's pretty standard for pencil puzzles, on digitally at least. So digits in diamonds indicate the number of shaded cells seen in the row and column combined. Unshaded cells block vision. So let's say I had these shaded cells here, and then we had unshadeds like this, right? So this would see 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. 4 cells here. Because these so even if these were shaded, this unshaded cell blocks the vision of the shaded cell. Now, of course, this breaks a couple of rules, which a further rule, but I just wanted to do a random example there. So that 2 wouldn't be correct. It would have to be 4 in that case. The shaded cells don't form a 2x2 square, so we cannot shade like this. We need to interrupt it in some way by an unshaded cell. Can't make a 2x2. So we're going to end up with kind of a thin, like, path. It could branch, but we can't do a 2x2. All shaded cells form an orthogonally contiguous area. So I can't shade these and then completely surround it with unshadeds because it wouldn't be connected to the other shaded cells in the puzzle. All right. In the shaded region, orthogonally adjacent digits, those cells sharing an edge, must differ by at least 2. So we can't put like 3, 4 here. Let's do it this way. You can't put 4, 3 here because they don't differ by at least 2. You can also say they can't be consecutive. So we could do 4, 2 because that differs by at least 2. So within our shaded region, adjacent digits are not consecutive. All right, that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so we start with all of our diamonds shaded. Unshaded. Shells with diamonds are unshaded. Got it. I read that completely backwards. Anyway, so where's a good place to start here? I feel like the 1s are quite limited. Okay, this 6 maybe. So how are we going to reach 6? Even if we included these 2, that we'd only see 2 in the row. So we need to see at least 4 in the column. So even if we saw all 4 of these, if all of these were unshaded, we would still need at least these 2 to be, shaded. Because this would only be 4, and we need to see 6. And now you can kind of see that we only get 1 more this way. So all but 1 of these is shaded. I cannot omit this one then, because if I omit this one, we also omit this one, right? If I omit this one, then we can only get to 5. So this one is also shaded. All right. And then of these, all but 1 is shaded. I guess I could have just said, it would have been a little bit easier to approach that. I didn't know, but it would have been easier approach this as saying, we count 7 cells here that it could see. And so these have to be shaded because we can't block off anything except the tips of each direction. All right, this is similar. This sees 5. So I have to shade this one because otherwise it would block off 2 cells from being shaded. This just sees 3, so these are all shaded. Now, remember, the shaded cells all have to be connected orthogonally. So we have to shade this one, and this also has to get out. That has to be shaded. Let's see. This sees 2. So one of these is definitely unshaded. Otherwise, we end up grabbing these 3. I'm not sure exactly what to do with that, though. Oh, this already sees it's 1, so these have to be unshaded. Okay, now if this were shaded, it wouldn't be able to get out. So this is also unshaded. Let's see. Sees 3, 1. This only gets 1 more out of these. Makes sense. That means that we're getting out this way or we're getting out this way, but not both. One of these is blocked. One of these ways through is blocked. I don't know which way through is blocked. But we do get out. That's the point. This clump here has to get out of this area, and it's going to get out through here or through here, and that's going to be the second shaded cell for this too. So this has to be unshaded for what it's worth. So if we got out this way, that would be the one shaded cell for this one. Seems okay. Let's see. It's only the shaded cells that can't form a 2x2, so I can't say that this is shaded, because we can do a 2x2 of unshaded. Let's see. This is 3, so this 6. We're going to see most of these. All but one. So I can't really do anything with that. I wonder if we need to do some Sudoku here. So yeah, these two 2s look in here. That puts a 2 here. Now we know this can't be consecutive with 2. So this is 5 or 6 only. It can't be 4. There's a 4 in the box. It can't be 3 because it's next to 2. Now 5, 6. This is what's a nice thing to know about non-consecutive is this can't also be a 5 or 6 because no matter what this ends up being, this will be consecutive. If this is a 5, it'll be 6. If this is a 6, it'll be 5. Either way, it'll end up consecutive. So 5, 6, 2 adjacent digits, 2 consecutive digits. If that's so, those are the only options for a cell. Remove both of them from any adjacent cells. So this can't be 5, 6. This is 1, 4 only. Is the conclusion. This whole column is 4, 5, 6. For what it's worth. Okay. So the rest of this box is 3, 5, 6. That's not a 6. 6 is up here for what it's worth. Okay. I was going to say a 6 in these two removes 5 from them, but this doesn't have to be shaded. So that's not actually true. If this ended up 5, that would be okay. All right. So if basically what I'm saying is if this ends up a 5, that's a 6. So this would then be unshaded. This would be shaded. So I wonder if the rest of this box is interesting in some way. Let's see. So in general, we need 1, 4, 5, 6. These can't be the 1. So the 1 is actually placed. Maybe that's helpful. Unfortunately, not really. Okay, so this is a 4, 5, 6. If this was shaded, the 4 would have to go in between the... Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. I don't think we... Okay. These are next to each other. So neither of them can be 5. That's our first conclusion. Because just like a 5, 6 removes 5, 6 from next to it, a 4, 5, 6 removes 5 from everything next to it. Because if this was a 5, no matter what, it's going to be next to a 4 or 6. So neither of these can be 5 for that reason. And so that does place 5 in the box. And now this 5 must be consecutive with 4 or 6, so it cannot be shaded. It must be unshaded. And that means this now gets out here and then here. And so now these are consecutive, which does remove 5 from both of them, because there will be a 6 in here, which means there cannot be a 5 next to it. And so this ends up being 6, 3, that's 5, that's 4, 6. Nice. Okay, so Sudoku did tell us how this gets out. This can't be consecutive with the 3. So let's just fill this out. We need a 1, 4, 5. That's not a 1. And this can't be the 4 because it would be next to a 3. Now these can't be consecutive. So this can't... that means there is a 1 in one of these two, which we already knew from Sudoku. Okay. These two digits are a 2, 3. We know the order. That's 2, that's 3. Okay, I don't know what I learned from that quite yet. This gray is going to have to connect with everything. I don't really know what to do with that. This is always shaded because this can only go up by 1. So this is always shaded. So it can be the second one for the 2. So we either shade this one or this one, but not both. And what are these digits? These are 1, 6. That's not consecutive. So that makes this a 3. 3 is not really an issue if it were shaded. Up here, there's 2 digits left. We need a 2, 3 pair. So that's 2, that's 3. So these can't both be shaded, which means this can't be shaded at all, right? If this were shaded, it would have to get out, and now we'd have 2 consecutive shaded. So this is unshaded. And then down here, we have 4, 5, 6. That's not a 6. So if this was shaded, we'd have to go 4, 6. But it is possible. But it doesn't have to... Oh, Well, one of these is shaded. Okay. I suspect what's going to happen is we're going to discover that this is a 4-5 pair, or there's like 5-6 here, and so where these are going to end up in consecutive, which will then force this to be shaded. That's what this one's for. All right, I think so. Anyway, this is 4-5-6. That's my prediction. Yeah. Okay. How do we continue from here? We're going to be coming through here or through here to get down. We could even go through both. Hmm. One of these is shaded. This is kind of an interesting thing to think about. If this one was shaded, that 3 then makes this 5. And this would be unshaded. So this would be 5, this would be unshaded. Otherwise, this is shaded and this is unshaded. This can't be a 4-5 pair, so this would end up being 6 and 4. Okay, those disagree with each other, unfortunately. Either way, this can't be 5. Kind of interesting. Because in this scenario, this is a 4. We won't be able to include a 5. Like this 4-5 removes 4-5 from here. That's a 6. Now that's a 4. And so then this can't be 4 for that reason. It also can't be 5 for that reason. Oh, sorry. All I'm seeing here is that this 4-5 removes 4-5 from here. So that's a 1, that's a 5, that's a 4. These aren't 4, that's not 5. How many times did I say consecutive digits remove? Anyway, got it. We don't know if this is shaded yet, still. Is there anything? I know that all but one of these is shaded. Gotta come through here somewhere. Maybe there's more Sudoku? Am I missing something? This column, we need 1, 4, 6. There's definitely a 1 in one of these two. This column, we need a 2, 4, 5. That's not a 2. Oh, so the 2 is placed in this column. So that's helpful. 2s are actually done. We're not in danger of being consecutive. I guess the 1 would be consecutive. This needs to see 2 shadeds. Is there some sort of counting thing I can do? One of these is shaded. So another consequence of this not being shaded is all 3 of these are for the 6. So if the 3 is not shaded, all of these are shaded. Is there a danger of making a 2x2 of shadeds, I wonder? Because we definitely have that rule. I haven't had to use it. We can't shade both of these. One of these is unshaded. Or we'd make a 2x2. I don't know which one. I think that's the only place we're in danger of having a 2x2 of shadeds. Here as well. We can't shade all of these, but I mean, that's built into here for this. So am I just missing something obvious? Okay, so let's look at the scenario of this being unshaded. If that's unshaded, these are all shaded to fulfill the 1 clue and the 6 clue. And that does resolve this as 6, 4. This would be 5. And this would be 5. Oh. Hold on. So, is there some easier way to show that? That's interesting. So the issue here is that if this is 6, 4, then this is 5 and this is 5. I don't know how to like describe that any better. So that's how I'm going to describe it, which means that there has to be a 5 in one of these two. Oh, yes. There has to be a 5 in one of these two by Sudoku of the box. Okay. Or even the row. 5's in one of these two. If 5's in one of these two, then they can't be non-consecutive because the 5 is going to join a 4 or 6. So this has to be unshaded. That does shade this cell. And that 3 does make this a 5. And that's now a 6. That gives a 5 and a 4 here. That gives a 4 here. We get 4 and 5 here. These are not 4s. Okay. This looks like a deadly pattern, but our non-consecutiveness is probably going to disambiguate that. Okay, so what do we do from here? This blob needs to come down here somewhere. Or both ways. And yeah, I gotta do the shading because, okay, maybe it's this 3. We're not doing all 3 this way because that breaks the 2. So this 3 needs to shade this here. Right, we can't even get 2 this way because that would then join the 3. So we're also shading here. But we don't actually have to take this one because we could come around here and connect it. Is there any kind of... There's not really much danger of being consecutive here. Oh, no, I thought this 2 would do something. No, it doesn't. Okay, so this is shaded or this is shaded, but not both. Does that mean this is never shaded? Oh, no, this could be shaded if this were unshaded. And this would be shaded. Is there really only one way to finish this? I'm clearly not seeing something correctly. How do we finish this? Sudoku's not going to do it for me. It's got to be the non-consecutive rule. Or one of these counts that I'm not getting. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these 2 is shaded, but not both. One of these 2 is shaded, but not both. So let's say this did double duty. That would mean both of these are not shaded. And now this can't get down. Ah, okay. Right. So if this were shaded... Right. If this were shaded to finish the 6... it also finishes the 3, which means these are not allowed to be shaded. And now this blob can't connect downward to this blob. So that's not going to happen. This is our unshaded for the 6, which does shade this one. And it also shades this one for the 3. All right, now this blob on the top needs to connect downward. Oh, it does connect downward. Okay, hold on. Doesn't have to connect downward again then. It's got to connect to this blob though. And taking this as shaded doesn't help. And we remember only one of these is shaded. If this was shaded, this would be unshaded. And now this would be disconnected from this. So we have to do the other way. This is unshaded and this is shaded. And now the 2 does resolve the 6, 1. Oops. Let's finish our shading first though. This 2 now needs to have this shaded. Okay. And then that's 6, that's 1. All right. Okay, some connectivity logic at the end there. That was a little hard for me to see, but I did get there. Okay, so let's just double check our shading here. This does see 2, this does see 1, this does see 3, this sees 2, this sees 1, this 4 does see 4, okay, good. This 6 sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 3 sees 1, 2, 3, the 2 sees 1, 2, okay, I think we're good. Nice. All right, cool. Well, hope you enjoyed this. Really interesting connectivity issue at the end there. And how'd you do?